inch before the knee. They're very attractive. They're very. I think the shortness is what making men not like.
I like you know like you do. Your car working mechanics, they have the overall jumpsuit.
Yeah,
I like that. That's
they're
cool.
long pants. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it being as one clothing article. I feel the issue is that how short the bottoms are. Because people don't like to show men don't show their thighs. Be honest, they don't show their thighs. They always have it only like a half an inch above their knee. So if it's a halfway, the one we saw in the video, it's most raunchy, a look more feminine / more homosexual to people.
Not even that. It's just like it looked really uncomfortable.
No, it looks quite comfortable. I'm saying at the one when I saw it, I loved the most was the models. They had it down to their knee, and they had their chest out or whatever. It was very attractive. And I feel like it's because it looks more comfortable.
Gucci, Giovanni.
Eventually, whoever made this Kickstarter for these male rompers are gonna have to go longer pants. They're wearing pom pom shots at that damn point. They're literally wearing pom pom shots because for a man with them thick ass thighs, it's gonna roll up your dang bulge. Okay.
Yes.
But one thing is good though, ladies. I'm just saying they do show a man's junk quite well.
And that's another thing, like.
It's a positive, you know.
It's positive, but
the same thing with on the gym with basketball shorts. They show your dang bulge.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, sample up, bro.
They do.
The lack of.
But back to our travel or vacation segment, I should say.
So what's the other one you have on your list there?
Well, my best vacation experience would just be, I guess, going to Europe. Mm-hmm. Solo.
Which one? We're in Europe. There's too many different countries.
I went to London. I went to Harwich. I went to.
What's Harwich? Where's that?
It's in UK. It's upstate.
Thank you.
Northern UK, whatever.
So is it separate from Scotland and Ireland?
Yeah, it's not in Scotland or Ireland. It's in
its own nationality, its own nation.
No, I think it's a city in UK.
Yeah, I just learned that nations are different than
and I'm getting confused now. I'm like,
I'm just saying they're different, and I don't really know that much to know what they are.
It's beautiful. It's off the coast.
Which one? Is it be East Coast? East Coast, isn't it?
East Coast. Yeah. Harwich, England. It is in Essex.
Okay.
And it's a port, and I stayed there for about a day, and then I took the overnight ferry to Holland.
Oh, Holland.
And I've been to Rotterdam, The Hague, Amsterdam, and some other place. Oh, in Brussels.
Brussels. Nice.
In Belgium. That was fun.
It's about like 5 countries or 4?
5. 5. And I was there for 9 days. So I spent the majority of the time in London.
But still, you honestly, for me, in opinions that when people travel, if you're new to different things, I feel you only need about like 3 days to travel about 5 countries. To feel the authenticity of a country, I don't think you need to be there for more than a day, because more than a couple of hours to have that culture shock. That culture shock literally makes the whole trip worth it.
It is. It did. That's one thing I experienced. I love, and the reason I went to London is a lot of people know this, but Jimi Hendrix I love Jimi Hendrix. He's one of my favorite idols in life. He lived he partied in Kensington Gardens or Kensington area in London. And that's where I stayed. And that's actually where he died when he overdosed on drugs.
Well, of course, he was partying the same time he died.
Yeah.
You die how you live, bro. That's good.
Purple haze.
Hey.
All through my veins. So, I stayed in London. I love London. London's like just a better version of America.
Nice. Is America really that great, though?
And then I went to Holland, which is a beautiful country.
Hold up. Have you been to Paris yet?
No.
I feel like I would love to go to London. I told you I want to go to London with you. Mm-hmm. Up and coming end of this year, or maybe beginning of next year, I want to go to London. But the same token, I feel as if there's more excitement in other countries for the same simple fact that's called culture shock. Like you go there and you like if you go to like a country that speaks Dutch, country that speaks
Amsterdam.
A country that speaks Swedish. You go to these places where you feel as if that you don't belong there. You're gonna have more fun there. You have to learn everything all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like experience is more fun than going into a country where you feel as if you're back at home, but a better home. You know what I'm saying? The England to me does not turn me on to want to go there. Besides Ireland and Scotland, because in my mind they're going to be more
more of a difference in
scenery. The scenery and the way they live their life is going to be way different than London.
No,
because London's going to be more central to me.
I thought that too. I was when I left, when I made it to Holland. It's called the Hook of Holland, and you take the trolley.
Hook of Holland?
Yeah. But I was sitting on the bus, train, whatever, and there were kids getting on the bus, like getting ready for school, listening to music, saying bitchy attitude, as you know, we would have.
Yeah.
And that was, for me, it's just like a way of like saying, wow, it's so much different. I'm thousands of miles away from home, but
it's the same shit.
It's the same teenager.
But
Max, he has to get up for school, listen to music, playing with his phone.
It's a good point. I feel you made a point where Europe is going to be more similar to America because it's still Western culture.
Yeah.
You know, people say west versus the East. That does count. So I see your point there. For me, so then I guess it's a more experience for a culture shock is going to be mostly towards a non-first world country. What is it? First of all, let me just ask you, what the fuck is a second world country? Because we always say third world, we never say second world. So I know where the second people even land.
Well, now we can't say that. You got to say developing or developed.
Well, anyway, so for our MERP purposes, we're gonna say developing countries, and I believe that everyone who has not had a very strong economy or implant onto the world will be a developing country. So I feel like people go to like places that where I assist people getting into the U.S. to study. I feel like Central America and Middle East, Africa, and Asia. Those, not excluding Australia, so Oceania, excluding Europe, excluding Canada. We have to. It's going in, and even Russia. To me, Russia is very modernized at this point. I feel like those persons I mentioned before are going to be more of a shock when you get there. When you get to that place, anywhere on the African continent, anywhere in the Middle Eastern region, you're going to feel more of a difference in society. You're gonna feel the differences. You're gonna enjoy them more. And I feel when you travel, your location should not only be places you have seen on TV or on the main clock, the world clock cycle. You know, like London, New York, Paris. Those Moscow. Those are the most common places. You have to go off the grid. Go to some place in Africa you haven't thought of. Like I was at this point, even just because they're an Ethiopian guy, I would go to Ethiopia at this point. I just want to see how it is. See all the light-skinned girls there, because all gonna be fucking light-skinned people in goddamn how. And so I'm gonna enjoy the difference in it more than
I see what you're saying about the difference, and it's true. There's a difference in culture, but when you go, like, I was in Turkey and there was a Popeyes and KFC, Pizza Hut.
They always adapt to the culture there, right?
And it's mixed in with like Turkey, Istanbul.
Yeah.
That place. It's such a place rich in culture and history, but at the same time, across the road, there's a Popeyes right next to the Hagia Sophia.
But
so I see what you're saying. That both, like, the culture is important in knowing, and the people don't care. Like, they don't care there's a Popeyes there. At the end of the day, they know, like,
it's a job, bro.
It's a job, and that's just the globalism taking place.
But the same thing,
so they have a strong sense of culture.
But even for globalization, when you look at it, for people trying to globalize, trying to be global and in general for our planet, the stores are all going to be different. So whatever they serve here in Wendy's, is not going to serve in Honduras or Wendy's. Yeah, for me personally, we have had a Wendy's in Honduras on the island of Roatan. So that's even more cultural confusion into that whole mix there. And they serve normal Wendy's type food. It tastes like Wendy's, slightly off, a little more seasoning. Anyway, but they serve bayadas, a Honduran traditional street food. They served at Wendy's because they're trying to accommodate for it. Mm-hmm. Same for McDonald's in China. in Hong Kong, China or Hong Kong, because they're different. Saying they're different. Hong Kong and China are different. They're two different people. They do serve food that they're traditionally are used for their type of food in this area. So it's like, if you want to go, if you can literally travel around the world and go to fucking McDonald's, and you will get different flavor food and different type of food ordered there, and you enjoy it. I had some nice ass wings at fucking where was I? I think was I at Popeyes or was it Burger King? It was one of those places.
Popeyes here.
But I had one. I had one in Honduras, and that shit was delicious. I was like, yes, can we just go here all the time?
It's always better. The chains are always better outside the U.S.
Exactly. So you have to have the experience. If you even want to, if you're a big American food junkie and they're a big chain, try different countries and find their food. You're gonna enjoy the different flavors they have to bring. It's like traveling within the U.S. and going for barbecue joints. They're gonna be fucking awesome. We got different joint here in Tampa. First, we had a joint in fucking Tallahassee, Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, North Carolina, New York. Oof. You're gonna change that flavor every time. It'll be great every time you go to it. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I'm saying but then for your argument before about traveling is mostly about relaxing. So as long as you went to trip and relax, it's fine. I feel that's how it's supposed to be.
You're right. It took me a while to learn to relax in traveling because when I travel, I have a list of shit I need to do.
You're a planner.
And it used to be a point it stressed me out, and especially if I travel with friends. And that's when I learned you can only travel with a certain select few of people because they know you're crazy. And then it's just easy to work around being really close to that person, knowing their quirks and
supposed to help you with
idiosyncrasies. But what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, traveling. I forgot what I was going to say.
Whenever you're traveling, you try to find out a good partner. Like, so you have traveled with your family members, you feel like they all are bad partners. But at the same token, that when you travel with a friend, you want to make sure the friend is going to be compatible with what you want to do when you're there. So if you're over planning like Sasha is, then have a planner who maybe as sloppy as Alex is, as I am. It might be an issue, but if you guys can compromise to find what each other likes and cares for, make the trip better. Because if your parents want to go and see fucking going to Italy and want to see fucking lean tower Pisa, and what you really want is go fucking some nightclubs in Italy, or go see the Vatican, or go see the fucking museums in fucking Italy, okay? Be conflict interest there. So it all depends on someone who's able to travel with you, who have the same interests.
That's just true. And I've traveled with people who didn't have the same interests as I did, but there's always a way to work around that. You can always negotiate.
One day them, one day you. One day you.
I prefer just to be controlled, like the person in control of the whole thing. You tell me what you want, and I'll incorporate it into the whole plan.
Control freak, but yeah, I'm a control freak. I'm learning to let go, though. Especially you are learning. I'm proud of you.
Vacation and traveling, because it's supposed to be fun and relaxing when you travel, especially with friends or someone you care about.
We had a planned trip. I didn't mention this as well, but we had a planned trip for Memorial Day. Me and Sasha was going to go supposed to go to the Keys and go to do my stepfather's burial in Marathon Key, because it's where he had good memories with his family, as well as with his new family, with me and my mom. And he couldn't go, but I felt that if he was there, he still had fun. We did kind of compromise. We kind of wing it when we were there, because we traveled down on Friday, and we went out Friday night in South Beach. Fucking horrible, because it was just too much hood shit going on. People, if you know Miami, I will give you a segment on Miami by myself to explain to Miami. But we came back. We're kind of tired. Me and Miguel were kind of tired. But then we went back to
producer.
Yes, our quote-unquote producer. That didn't do anything. Anyway, so we went to what? Miguel got mad. We went to the Keys next morning, but if you ever try to the Keys, be careful.
Did you try to cross that bridge?
You have to travel every time. No, the 7 Mile Bridge is only when you're going down towards Key West.